we are now officially on the road to WrestleMania. But our first stop on this road is everyone's favorite surprise party, the Royal Rumble, where 30 men and 30 women will vie for a chance for a title match at WrestleMania. You don't know who's going to show up, although I think this year you might have a good idea as to who might show up. But you're going to be surprised nonetheless. Of course, my name is Daniel Strung. Welcome back to QuickTime Reactions, and let us get into my predictions for this year's Royal Rumble. Now, last year I had the fortunate opportunity to actually go to the Royal Rumble. Not this year, though. This year it is in Saudi Arabia, and I cannot go for a couple of reasons. One, I don't have a passport, and two, I have a job that I have to go to Monday morning, and I don't want to go to that jet lagged out of my gills. But I have found a place that is showing it, and I will be watching it and watching it live, thankfully. And I will be giving you guys my review of the show. But enough of that business aside, let us get into the predictions, shall we? First off, we have some other matches on the card that we have to talk about. First up, AJ Styles versus Gunther. If Gunther wins, AJ retires. Now, this is a very tricky one because the year just started. AJ did say that 2026 would be his last year in wrestling. But you would think, the year just started. You would think that he would, go the whole year and wrestle before, deciding to hang it up. Well, Gunther may put pay to those plans because he's retired Goldberg. He's retired Cena. Could he retire another superstar on his way to WrestleMania? We'll have to wait and see. Now, this one is going to be a really, really good match. Will there be some chicanery? Possibly. But I sincerely doubt that there will be. Because I think it will probably end up being a straightforward match. And I think I'm going to have to make the tough decision. Gunther wins, and he retires another superstar. Gets another trophy for the mantle for Legend Killer, the new Legend Killer, I should say. He's going to retire AJ. And if you would like to hear what I would do with AJ for the rest of 2026, might I suggest checking out my fantasy booking for the Royal Rumble, where I go into detail of how WWE should book this year's Royal Rumble, as well as, plotting out some big storylines that they could follow through till Mania. So go check that video out. After this one, I should say. Next up for the undisputed WWE Championship is Drew McIntyre defending against Samizayn. Now, Drew, of course, won the championship in the 3 Stages of Hell match against Cody, thanks to help from Jacob Fatu. And Samizayn won the number 1 contendership in the Fatal 4-Way that happened at Saturday Night's Main Event not too long ago. This is going to be a really good matchup between these two. I don't have any doubts about it. Sammy's going to get all the love in the world, considering his heritage and where the event is taking place. But I don't see them taking the belt off of Drew. Like, yes, it would be a really cool moment if Sammy won it, but I just don't see them taking the belt off of Drew until maybe Mania. Like, if the plan is to still go with the triple threat, which is McIntyre, Rhodes, and Fatu, Drew's probably going to end up retaining his championship. So, that's going to be my prediction. Drew wins the championship. Or retains his championship, I should say. Now let's get into the meat and the potatoes. First up, the women's Rumble match. Now, I can't remember if I did this last year, but every year that the Rumble comes around, I always pick out a superstar from Raw and a superstar from SmackDown as to who I think may end up facing what champ at Mania, and then basically I have to pick between the two of them. So for Raw, I'm going to say Liv Morgan. She has come up runner-up, I want to say 23 and 24. She was runner-up in both, I want to say. So I think, and plus with her being heavily marketed for Mania 42 in the ads, my assumption is that she's going to be in a big marquee match for the show. For SmackDown, it's a little tougher. And I'm just going to throw a dart at the wall on this one, and I'm going to say Jordynnegrace, only because of the fact that they are slowly but surely teasing a feud with Jade Cargill on SmackDown. It's the only reason I say that. But I really don't think that they would give a Rumble win to Jordan. Not yet, anyway, I should say. So I think Women's Rumble is pretty obvious. It's going to be Liv. Liv is going to win the 2026 Royal Rumble. Which then, of course, brings us to the Men's Rumble. Now, this one is a very interesting one. Because in my eyes, there are so many people that you could have win this Rumble. For my pick on Raw, it's bronbreakker. Because I think him winning the Rumble, I think it will legitimize him so big. And, you have the feud perfectly in place. Just rerun Breakker and Punk, and you have Breakker win the world title at Mania. It's pretty simple. For SmackDown, it's a bit trickier. You could have Cody go for the three-peat. He won 23, 24. Didn't compete in 25 because he was champ. So he could go for his third straight Rumble win. You could go Jacob Fatu to, really elevate his status. You could go for the obvious one, Roman Reigns. If they somehow, worked their way back to Cody and Roman for the championship, that option is still very feasible. And so for SmackDown, I'm going to go with Fatu, just because I think, in my brain and heart, a Rumble should not only, one, elevate a guy or a girl, but two, give people a enticing match for Mania. For the Raw side, it's Breakker and Punk, the rematch, where Breakker will most likely win the championship. For SmackDown, it is injecting new blood into the main event scene, because it's, Cody, Drew, Roman, sometimes, and that's it, really. With Jacob, it's a new injection of a new top guy. Not to say that, his interactions as of now haven't done so, but like this, like Breakker winning the Rumble, legitimizes Jacob Fatu as a main event guy. Much like with Jay, and even though that one kind of fell off the wheels a little bit, like, it would still, figuratively on paper, it worked. So that's why I choose Fatu for the SmackDown side. As to who I think will win it, again, I think the option is pretty simple. Breakker wins the Rumble. Breakker wins the 2026 Rumble and will go on to challenge CM Punk for the World Heavyweight title on Raw. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are my predictions for this year's Royal Rumble. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think will be some of the surprises for this year's Royal Rumble, and who do you think will win the men's and women's Royal Rumbles. And, of course, be sure to look out for the review posted on the channel probably late Saturday, going into very early Sunday morning, because, I'm going to be traveling to go see the show, and then got to travel back home to, upload it. So, yeah. But until then, guys, be safe out there, and I will catch you guys next time.